7,600 people in Florida paid $15,000 a pop to obtain fake nursing degrees. Let's get into it.
Untrained nurses accused of working around the country with fake diplomas.
Investigators with the Department of Justice say thousands of forged diplomas were sold by 3 South Florida nursing schools. Ari Height joins us with details on the dozens of arrests that have already been made. Ari?
25 people in all are charged in this investigation. That includes the people who ran these 3 schools and the people who recruited students to those 3 schools by promising them a shortcut to a diploma. But federal investigators say in this case, a shortcut meant no work at all. Some would argue nurses are the most important members of our healthcare system. You rarely see a doctor without seeing a nurse first. We trust them in many cases with our lives.
The last thing we want to learn is that the nurses administering the medications, the ones charged with carrying out the doctor's order, took shortcuts on their clinical training.
But according to federal investigators, that's exactly what was going on at 3 schools in South Florida, 2 in Broward County, and the Palm Beach School of Nursing in West Palm Beach. 25 people were charged Wednesday, accused of being part of a scheme to sell nursing diplomas from those schools. Give them about $15,000 and they'll give you a nursing diploma.
The fact of the matter, though, is the nursing candidates had done no work for these diplomas.
No hours of instruction, no studying, no clinical work. Just the diploma. And in most cases, that fake diploma led to a job somewhere in the country as a nurse.
These allegedly fraudulent documents may have allowed nurses to serve in critical healthcare roles.
The U.S. Attorney says in all, about 7,600 fake diplomas were sold for about $114 million. All 3 schools are now shut down, and state nursing boards around the country have been alerted to look for those without real diplomas.
To date, we have not learned of nor uncovered any evidence of patient harm stemming from these individuals.
The federal authorities say they do not plan to file criminal charges against the students who bought these fake employees. However, they also pointed out that state authorities throughout the country can still charge those students if they want to. Reporting live, Ari Height, WPBF 25 News.
Tonight, more than 24 people across 5 states are facing federal charges for allegedly selling fake nursing diplomas to thousands of people. 4 of the named defendants are from Harris County. And investigators believe there could be thousands of people out there working illegally as nurses. ABC 13's Rosie Wynn joins us live from the newsroom to explain how investigators uncovered the scheme. Rosie?
Eric, officials say this scheme peddled in more than $100 million over the course of several years. Federal investigators say this is extremely concerning to them because those who have not been properly trained and certified can pose a risk to their patients. They believe they know who these people are and they are working to track them all down. A warning tonight to hospitals and healthcare facilities across the country. Federal investigators say they uncovered a fraudulent nursing degree scheme involving executives at 3 Florida-based nursing schools who are based in 5 different states. They are accused of selling at least 7,600 fake diplomas, priced at about $15,000 apiece. They explained one of the ways they were tipped off was when the Florida state auditing process discovered poor passing rates at 3 nursing schools.
When we talk about a nurse's education and credentials, shortcut is not a word we want to use.
These fake degrees allow aspiring nurses to skip hours of clinical training, qualifying them to sit for the National Nursing Board exam with the potential of putting patients' health and safety at risk. The U.S. Department of Justice says these students never completed the necessary courses and clinicals.
When we take an injured son or daughter to a hospital emergency room, we don't expect, really cannot imagine, that the licensed practical nurse or registered nurse treating our child took a shortcut around educational and licensing requirements.
4 of the defendants are from right here in Harris County. They're named as Simon Itaman, Anna Itaman, Ludney Jean, and Serge Jean. 2 of the related entities listed in the case are in Northwest Houston. One is Nursing Bridges Institute, owned by the Itamans. The other is Jean's NCLEX Review LLC, owned by the Jeans. Court documents state the Jeans worked for the Itamans before opening up their own business.
To date, We have not learned of nor uncovered any evidence of patient harm stemming from these individuals potentially providing services to patients.
Our attempts for comments from these 4 defendants who face up to 20 years in prison were unsuccessful. Federal investigators say they are working with the licensing board in these 5 states to make sure that anyone who received a fraudulent diploma can no longer provide care. Back to you.
Shocking allegations. $100 million scheme selling thousands of nursing diplomas, now called fake by federal prosecutors.
Our healthcare professionals play an important role in our public health system. We therefore expect our healthcare professionals to be who they claim they are.
More than 24 people, a group of school administrators and recruiters, have been accused in a wire fraud operation to sell phony nursing degrees, creating what prosecutors describe as a shortcut around educational requirements set by the state nursing boards.
They prepared and sold fake nursing school diplomas and transcripts to nursing candidates, knowing that the candidates would use those false documents to, 1, sit for nursing board examinations.
The investigation, known as Operation Nightingale, feds issued warrants in 5 states and say that 3 schools were involved, all in Florida: Sacred Heart Institute, Siena College of Health, and Palm Beach School of Nursing. All 3 institutions have since shut down, so efforts to reach them were unsuccessful. But federal investigators allege between 2016 and 2021, more than 7,600 students obtained fake degrees, paying out about $15,000 each for a total of $114 million.
We let these nurses take our blood pressure, ask us any personal questions, any family history. We have to ask them where they have graduated from. With all that's going on here in the United States, we know that Tyree Nichols, he just got beaten up by 5 or 6 or 7 police officers, 5 of them being black and 2 of them being white, which the white ones have not been charged yet. They've just been laid off. But I'm sure there's going to be some outrage about that. But that's not what this video is about. But we have to be worried about who's taking care of us, our loved ones, our friends, our neighbors. We have people out here who is obtaining fake nursing documents, degrees, and diplomas. Okay, so if you know anyone, so when you go into the hospitals, and if you know anyone who has graduated from Sacred Heart Institute, Siena College of Health, and Palm Beach School of Nursing, these schools have been shut down now after they have grossed $114 million, $15,000 a pop. We have to start asking our nursing staff and even our doctors where they have graduated from before we let them give us any medications, let them work on us, or have operating on us, and any of those things. Okay, you all? All right, y'all. My name is Miss Nicole Tyler. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hope y'all got a lot of information out of this video. And have a great day.